Yeah, and that coordination just makes a world of difference. And Jackpot's been playing together so consistently for so long now that they know what each other want to do. The more you play together, the more organic it becomes.
Yeah. So, folks, as we take a look at the bracket here, we're at the point now where we're starting to get down to the last few teams remaining already. In the losers bracket, it is FT Win versus Alliance Rogue happening. That, unfortunately, will be a match that will, I believe, will likely just take place off stream, because up next we'll have the winners final between Starburst and Jackpot. Other teams remaining in the tournament still are Moonlight and Bet. Moonlight is currently up 1-0 over Bet. The winner of that match will go on to face Heller as they look to try to contest things, but we'll see how the rest of this finishes out. It's Alliance Rogue is Europe's last hope right now in the top 6 for the SendouQ finale. Alliance Rogue just coming off of a victory over New Meta, getting that European team kill, I suppose, unfortunately.
I mean, Alliance Rogue is used to being the last team standing from Europe. That's pretty normal to them at this point.
So we'll see whether or not they can do it and who will come out on top. That'll be it from Nox and I today. Thank you all so much for listening, but don't go anywhere. There is more high-level action coming to you for the SendouQ Season 1 finale. We'll be right back.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the final set of block of games of tournament sets going on here for SendouQ Season Number 1 finale. I am Popgun, joined by Keone, and we got a doozy of a set for you guys to start off right off the bat. Starburst taking on Jackpot.
Yeah, we saw Jackpot and Starburst both on stream earlier today. Jackpot, of course, has just been on a wild run that winning their way through. They actually just ended the previous set on a sweep, so this will be a lot of fun to watch. Basically, the team, probably one of the best teams here in Splatoon versus probably one of the older guards, I guess I could say now, on Starburst here.
This is Starburst here. Yes.
This
is not your. This is not the same version of Starburst that went 50-0 at the start of Splatoon 3's life cycle against teams from the West. Their roster's been gutted, and ever since Ink TV League, we haven't really seen them rise up to the par of the level that we're used to seeing from a team named Starburst. But this, if there's any team that has the most to gain from this tournament today, it's maybe Alliance Rogue, but probably Starburst. And they have a great opportunity to make a name for themselves right here. They're probably going to be a heavy underdog, as everybody is in the West right now, to Jackpot. But this is winners finals. This doesn't decide the entire tournament. This is a best of 5 set, and we're going to be kicking off at Mako Mart Game 1.
Yeah, we're kicking off Mako Mart Game 1 here, and actually liking a lot of the weapons that are being dished out. No surprise to those to some of these weapons that are being dished out here. You got the dualies and of course that stamper. Leafy has the stamper, of course, on there, along with SendouQ with that pencil, of course. Starburst is going to be going more with pretty much an all-around composition. We've got double TriZook and the cooler, of course, but of course the splash crab tank as well. So love to see what we got going on over here. As Jackpot, they just strike first, but then already right into the penalty points. Starburst will take advantage of the zones to start off.
Is it a crazy assumption to make that New Jeans is ice for Starburst?
Well,
I'm just this. Everybody else is going by the name you would assume they go by, so that just leaves by process of elimination. New Jeans must be ice. So there you go. As who's got control of the zone here? It's the yellow team. It's Jackpot.
Yeah, it's Jackpot.
It's Jackpot.
Yeah, Jackpot has some control of the zone right now, but both teams are kind of just grabbing things out as we speak. You got the cooler being dished out there, Zero, and of course we should say Ice. Ice is assuming the identity of New Jeans here as two are down on Jackpot, and Starburst is just out of the penalty points there. SendouQ is down on top of it, and this will be Starburst with the lead here shortly. Still trying to push themselves up, but Zero may have just chased up a little too far. But Starburst should be able to have control of that zone. Jackpot able to neutralize it, may be able to fight back here shortly.
Yeah, until somebody pops a crab. Right.
Yeah.
By the way, is there no Ink Zuka on the side of Jackpot? In fact, there's only there's 2 on the side of Starburst. That might be the difference so far, as the specialists have been allowing Starburst to keep control of the zone, as a lot of bombs are being thrown in there. But Leafy gets taken care of, I believe, by like a residue Inkzuka shot right there, as the rest of the players forced to back up. And Starburst, the underdog, might just get a 2-minute KO right here, unless Jackpot can find something. A special somewhere. Some ink strikes being thrown into the zone, but they lose 2 players in the process. Game 1, we hardly knew ya. 2 minutes go by, and Starburst is gonna take it.
Yeah, it's Starburst. Well, they may have put themselves here as saying, well, we might be the underdogs against probably one of the better teams in the West in Jackpot, but this was pretty much no slouch here. Two minutes in, and that was very convincing all around. Most of the shots being fired across Bay there, especially with the TriZook, as you mentioned, of course. I think Jackpot might be trying to get themselves a little good up here after that sweep in the last one. But hey, nice start for Starburst overall.
By the way, if you watch the Starburst FT win set right before this one, all 3 wins that Starburst got in that set that went all the way to a game 5 lasted about 2 minutes. So Starburst is not too eager to drag on today. If they're going to win, they're going to do it very quickly. And if they lose, it's they're going to drag out the set a little bit. But I don't know if they're doing just like opening gambit play style and just let's just knock this out before the other team has a moment to respond. But this fast-paced openings they've been pulling out here has been getting them the results we've been expecting from Starburst of old, as right now they're up 1-0 on Jackpot. I
think you're right. I think Starburst might be in a hurry to try to get most of these maps through, trying to not give another team an inch to work with there. And Jackpot pretty much down 1-0, but this has been no surprise before. In the earlier sets we've seen them, even though they have won the sets, the first 2 matches actually, they've only dropped just the 1. So maybe Jackpot trying to repeat a little bit of that same script there. But yeah, as you mentioned, Starburst just going out with these very quick starts and then trying to just wrestle control the entire way through. There were points where they lost control of the zone there, with Jackpot able to quickly get it back. But at the end of the day, Starburst is just able to wrestle that one back home. And hey, they made it in 2 minutes. Now we can see museum zones coming up here, Pop Gun, and no surprise, I think Jackpot will be a little bit more awake after that one.
By the way, speaking of being a little bit more awake, I've been spending most of the after brunch period wrestling with my son.
Oh, yeah?
So I've been vaguely paying attention to this. I just now noticed Jackpot's the 7th seed.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the seeding for this is just based off your final placement in the SendouQ season. Which is why we have number 4 seed Starburst taking on the heavy underdog number 7 seed Jackpot. So maybe that's why we're seeing Starburst being up 1-0 right now. As we do see the old Squeezer. What a niche pick here coming out from Leafy.
I actually like this pick there. You don't normally see Leafy with that squeezer more often than not, but Leafy able to dish that one out. Now Jackpot, of course, has that Trizuko that's available, and Starburst going 2 down, make that 3 down right away. That's gonna be Jackpot. Now they're fully awake into this one, and let's see if Matt is able to get anything back. No, Ice able to at least trade, but now Jackpot loses 3. Oh, a total wipeout. Starburst is making this one insanely fast from the previous one, and now we get to see Starburst right into enemy territory here on Jackpot, and Jackpot needs to find a quick response.
Well, Jackpot's got time to work with here, and what they have to do is just let Starburst make the play into them. Look, again, Starburst, when they win, they do it very quickly, so they're going for the knockout blow right here, and I like what you saw out of Jackpot, especially .Q, just backing up, let's not feed into it, and let's just force them out slowly over time. It's okay to chew away some of your, let the opponent score some points there, as long as you keep yourself in the game, got complete control of the zone, and now it's Starburst being faced with their first lockout of the set.
Yeah, now Starburst having to face what Jackpot is trying to get back there. But Starburst logging them out just earlier there. Jackpot is just trying to do the exact same thing to them. Bagel dishes out the cooler there. Brand Bagel picks that one up as well. Leafy's just down on that back side. This will be Starburst putting down all that paint. Crab Tank's there to help support him, and that will be Starburst getting control of that zone back. Jackpot does not lock them out as well as they could have. Jackpot's already 2 down. Respawns are going to be coming back in. And now again, Starburst is back to pressuring Jackpot out of there. They're again trying to make this one as somewhat quick as possible for about past 2 minutes. So it's not quite that 2-minute match that we've seen before.
Did Brand think they could land on that little sliver in between the ledge and the little paintball blow-up thing? I think that's what we saw right there. Instead, Brand staying alive, trying to ledge camp with the machine there. There takes care of .Q. Can they get one more on top of it? If anything, they're backing the players up away from the zone. And now look, everybody from Jackpot is kind of corralled into this one corner right here, and they're just going to get dumped on top of it. .Q's the last player left alive, responded back in. Starburst playing like the true team that's seated higher right now, technically, up 2-0. How long did that game last? 2.5 minutes?
Gotta be 2.5. I think it's a little longer than 2 minutes there. I feel this is almost somewhat turning into the Starburst of old here we're seeing so far. The very convincing 2-0 start for Starburst there. Then again, both teams just quickly train zones. I like what Starburst had in mind after the zones cap again with a lot of the higher level teams. Just trying to, once you have multiple down, they're going to try to punish you and lock you out as quick as you can. And as you noticed at the very end, Jackpot was just put into that corner there where the rest of Starburst just collapsed onto it. SendouQ just didn't have a chance to respond whatsoever, and Jackpot down 2-0 is quite the surprise so far.
It's a very much a surprise.
Yeah.
New genes, same old Starburst team, though, it seems like, as they're taking care of business early on in the set. And by the way, this is the situation where Jackpot has been in the past month or so. In the big name tournaments, they've shown up, except for 20XX, where they had for their standards, a below their own expectation standards, I believe finishing 4th place after getting swept out by Fiesta, who ended up winning the whole thing. But when Jackpot gets down a couple of games, you start to see them play a little bit more panicked, not so much more the calm, collected, hey, we're the better team, we don't have to rush things, we can take our time and slowly work our way back into the set. But in the past, we've seen them try to force plays that aren't really there. Starburst's aggressive play style might be speeding up Jackpot a little bit right here. And if I'm Starburst, you need to win this one. You need to win this game right here, because you don't want to get Jackpot calmed down and get their confidence back up. Starburst has to go for the kill right here.
Absolutely, and with the way Starburst has just been playing a very fast pace there, Jackpot needs to pretty much play to their pacing as well. But they go 2 down right away. Crab Tank quickly pop. That's 3 down right out of the gates there, and now a delayed wipe. Starburst is just on a mission here. They're playing this one fast. This is pretty much the same script from the previous 2, and they're trying to lock out Jackpot the exact same way. Jackpot just can't really play to their confidence nor their strengths at this point. Their Bagels just pretty much planted up top with that sniper. Now we get the Crab Tank on the other side for Jackpot here. Jackpot just has trying to find their way in. I think Leafy's just trying to find something with that Zipcaster. Can Leafy find anybody with that Zipcaster? No, goes down on top of it. Starburst still has control of the zone here, Popgun.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Leafy trying to make a 0 Zipcaster play, and I guess they had Soda because they came right back, but there they get wiped out. They were going right into 2 players. They're not going to win that fight, but they're trying to just make something happen right now. And are they seriously just going to get erased without ever touching the zone? Starburst keeping the fight away from them. There's a Crab ready to go. There's some Ink Sights being thrown onto the zone as well. Nothing's going to be enough to stall. They need to get some splats on the zone. 3 players instantly go down. Starburst runs Jackpot out of the map. 3-0, and they're moving on to grand finals. It didn't even look close.
That was the most convincing set I have seen so far. Starburst plays fast, trying to lock you out fast, and they did it for effectively 2 of the 3 maps there. The Museum Zones map took a little longer, let's say, that go-around, but that was very convincing. Jackpot, that was the most convincing victory we've seen in Inkblot Zones so far there. Jackpot I don't think Jackpot even had a retake of the zone whatsoever. That was all Starburst the entire way through. Maybe 1 neutral from what I noticed there. And Starburst is just playing on another level. Jackpot down to the lower brackets, and as you mentioned, Starburst to Grands, that is phenomenal.
But we just got to call that like that is. That whole set, gameplay-wise, lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's Jackpot doing it against. Jackpot is literally the world champions. They won the world championships last week, and they just got their ass beat. There's no other way to describe it other than that, against Starburst in this winner's final. Now, the tournament's not over for them by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to go down to losers finals, which is going to be best of 5, and they're going to have a long, nice little wait to kind of recuperate from that. But wow, that is... If you've been paying attention to what Starburst has been doing since they had their little remodeling of their team here, which, by the way, their team, when you stop and think about it, Starburst isn't that much different now. They've lost Biscuit, and it's really just 0 subbing in for Biscuit, which, by the way, hats off to 0. This is the best placement that player's had in a tournament like this style, probably since like Genesis 7. Where they went to winners finals and lost the FT win in the game 5 in that one. So this is a huge step forward in what this could mean for the scene if Starburst were to be truly back, if they were to find a way to win this whole tournament. Interesting storylines going on here. Long way to go, but that was an impressive win.
I'm still in awe with how convincing that set really is their pop gun, because yeah, you mentioned they're one of their best placements so far, and I feel like we talked about it before. This is not really the same Starburst that we've seen, at least leading into this particular tournament here. And Jackpot, they just literally were off of a Splat World Cup World Championships in the fall side of the fence, where they won against FT1, I believe, in Grand Finals 3